Hello and welcome to the Station Hotel Tuesday night Parra live show. Shit, I've had a week off and I can't even get my intro right. I have gone to shit. This is a very unprofessional podcast straight away. Apologies. But look, thanks to our sponsors. First of all, Beach Jerky, Euro Work, Bay Vista, Spot on Hose and Fittings, JD's Buyers Agents, X-Visory, Parra Leagues, Archibald Racing, Time for a Chat, Crown Property Finance, Riverside Brewing Co, Non-Stop Landscapes, ZMS Trophies, of course, the Station Hotel, and thanks to our new sponsor and welcome to Oxen Sports as well, to Elite Sports Australia, have jumped on board for the rest of the season, sponsoring an NRLW segment and doing some great things there as well. So it's great to be back. I'll bring everyone in straight away. I'll do a bit more introduction, a bit more waffling, and then we'll get into what will be a massive podcast. Obviously, we had last Tuesday off, as everyone knows, had a kid. How's everyone else's week been? We'll go around the room first of all. Troy, mate. How was your week off? What'd you get up to on your week off before the game on Sunday?
Worked most of the week, but nothing really exciting. Just worked and did a few podcasts during the week, and then ready for Sunday. Having a big game day brekkie, and then off to Parramatta, and then a great win. So yeah, not too much.
Yep. Jack, what was your week like, mate? You did a podcast last Tuesday night. I'm sure it had great reviews.
Yeah, very great. Pretty similar week to Troy. A couple of podcasts throughout the week. Worked Sunday brekkie, but instead of going to the game, I plopped my fat ass on the couch and watched footy from the women's all the way to cup and got wins in all bar one. So overall, I'd call that a pretty successful day.
All 5 grades to watch. You should post about that, Jack. Hayden, mate, what's doing? How was your week?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty casual. I was organising some of the Vegas, New York trip for next year, so I got some of that done. And then I didn't get to the game on Sunday. It was probably the second game in 5 years I haven't attended, so it felt weird not being there, and I seem to be a curse, don't I? When we're not there, we win. So
don't go to any more.
I think of all the other teams you've cursed over the years as well. Actually, you probably are a curse.
But I'll probably be back there this week. And, I did, like Jack, I watched some of the NRLW before this game as well.
Roosters 13 plus for those playing along at home because Hayden's going to the game and he's the curse. But, look, obviously it was good to have a week off. It was good to settle down what's after being a pretty big month. Thanks, everyone. Shout out. Obviously, I am a father again. I was going, how are you handling it? Like, no sleep. It's been actually fantastic. I was talking to Jez this morning. So this one's been a breeze. This one sleeps, all she does is sleep, shit, eat, and then every now and then let's have a little cry. So it's been great. But thanks to everyone that reached out, sent a message. Obviously, 6-year gap is a big difference, but welcoming another child into the world is always good. So yeah, it's like you, Troy. Shits, eats, and sleeps, and drinks beer. I should add drinks into that as well. So, look, before we get too much into the podcast, don't forget we are obviously giving away that trip to Vegas. Nothing's changed there. So, all you got to do is share the podcast tonight, share the podcast, comment, shared, and then we'll pick a winner at the end to go into that kicking comp on the 30th of August. So obviously, if you're sharing it, make sure you're available till 10 or the 30th of August. Jez will star them and then pick someone from there. Not much else I need to do in my introduction, really, before we get into obviously the hard stuff. But some exciting news, and the fans are happy. The people have got what they wanted. It's about Vegas. Troy, I had the delight when I'm on maternity leave, looking after my third child, Troy Warner.
Paternity.
And paternity, yep. And helping you book your way to Vegas. It's done. We booked your flights, we booked your accommodation. I think you sorted your own game tickets. I'm very proud of you there. You're going to Vegas. First of all, anyone you want to thank, obviously, give them some plugs because most of the sponsors you got are our sponsors anyway. But yeah, give them a plug, and what are you looking forward to the most?
Well, yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank one of your sponsors as well, Spot on Hose and Fittings, and also Baytech Recruitment, one of my new ones that came on board. Really appreciate the support there. And what am I looking forward to? Well, first time I've been to America, and it ticks off another ground that I'm watching Parramatta play at. So that's always a dream to watch every ground that they play at. Just looking forward to getting over there and seeing what all this hype is about. Been watching it every year since it started, and everyone's saying it's fantastic. But until I guess you do it for yourself, you don't really know what it's like. So yeah, really looking forward to it. The countdown is on.
So because Troy is like such a good team player for the podcast as well, and we helped him get there, we're 100% going to fuck with him over there. And
well, I hope not too much.
No, not too much. And people come up with some grand plans. I got some messages, but I had a plan myself. I feel like I need to bring Jez in for this one. Hang on. Everyone wait there.
Here we go. What's this one?
Jez needs to come in for this one. I need to get his thoughts on it because he's, the voice of reason for us. So everyone said you got to send him on that roller coaster thing that goes off the edge of the, the edge of the thing. I know you're a big fan of faster rides, Troy. So that's a great start. We're going to start with that. I've heard of making you do a drink up and down the strip, then riding it. There's a lot of good eating challenges in Vegas. And I'm a big fan of eating challenge. Jack, I know you love a feed as well, and you'll be there. Longy loves a feed. Aiden, you love a feed.
Why don't we all do it?
Yeah, we are. We're all going to do it. We're all going to do the
okay.
feed, but you're going to get in the roller coaster thing by yourself. Now, Jez, as the voice of reason, how many drinks do we make him scull before he goes on that stratosphere roller coaster and obviously has his, his but all you can eat or whatever you call it, food challenge?
Well, everything's bigger in Vegas. We all know this. So I think Troy needs to be bigger in Vegas. He averages about 11 to 12 drinks over here. So I think I think about, let's go 15.
15 drinks. And then he goes, that's voice of reason right there. So Jez said 15. I was only going to say about 5, but Jez said 15. So we'll go.
Well, you could factor in that the Vegas drinks are very large. So in comparison. So I think 5 to 6 would be very,
Did you say fair. 6, 7?
I didn't. I said 5 to 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 6 to 7 is closer to the middle. That's all. No, it's going to be huge. So someone just suggested Heart Attack Grill, Paul. Unfortunately, I looked it up because it was my first thing, and the Heart Attack Grill is closed. It closed down.
Damn.
I know. I was really looking forward to going there myself. So we'll find something. I looked up. There's so many eating challenges. There's burger challenges. There's all this stuff. We're going to make Troy eat, and then we're going to get him on there, and the end result's going to be him spewing, hopefully. But it'll be good for content. So,
Well, look, I'm a man of the people, so...
We need a POV of the roller coaster / spew.
Yeah, I don't know if you can have the meta glasses on the roller coaster today, but we'll chuck him on as soon as he comes off.
Might lose him, but look, I'm a man of the people. I am the Fletch and Hindy of this group, I guess. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I do want to remember what happened, and I guess there'll be footage of remembering that. So,
what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. So, you'll be right. All right, Jeff, thanks for joining us, mate. I'll pop you back in the background. He fucked you over there, to be honest. Look, before we get into the podcasts, everyone obviously make sure you share the podcast. I think Jez probably missed a lot of them. Share the podcast. Once you've shared, say shared, and we'll draw out a winner going that kicking comp at the end. We are having a drink tonight, in case you haven't noticed. Troy's is not a piss head. We are wetting the baby's head tonight. So everyone but Jack, who's trying to be fit for Vegas. We're wetting the baby's head. The podcast is back, and we're back to that little joyful world where we can just do what we want when we want. We don't need to go off and we don't need to say how we're the biggest podcast. We've got the biggest numbers. We know that. Shout out to all those from the club watching tonight. This is going to be a great podcast, and let's get stuck straight into it. Obviously, the game on the weekend. Look, I tipped against Parramatta. This is the second time I've tipped against Parramatta in 3 years, maybe 4 years. 2023 was the last time where they played South Sydney. I've never been more confident that we would lose a game, and they proved me wrong. So it was the night of Walks ball, 23-14. Parramatta coming away with the victory on Sunday, afternoon. Your thoughts on the game, first of all, Hayden?
Well, it was unreal. I'm like you, Adam. I didn't think we were a chance in this one. I thought a little bit of inexperience in the halves and Manly hitting a bit of form. So I'm for and doing a good job at coaching. But I thought the boys played really well. I thought defensively set the tone early on, dragging them back, that sort of thing. And the big thing that impressed me about this game is even when we let that lead slip, we got it back. A couple of our wins this year, I think against the Broncos or the Bulldogs, have sort of been dominant, and we've got a lot of points in it. This game was 2 points their way, and we were able to snatch it back. So really impressive. Similar vibes to Brisbane, where Jonah Pezzett kicking for himself again, but an outstanding win. And the comment there said it as well. Brian Kelly, he's probably not in there for man of the match because there were so many players with big moments, but he was instrumental as always. And people are starting to notice it. I'm seeing comment sections now saying that he's one of the buys of the year, and it's true.
It's funny how it's changed, hasn't it? There was a lot of negativity. I was scared to post about Brian Kelly when I thought he was having good games. We mentioned on here, but I didn't want to post too much because people just bagging him out because people with half a brain about football weren't seeing the workload he was doing. But now everyone's noticing it. And as you said, he was good again on Sunday. He didn't do anything wrong, yet he wasn't probably in our top 5 players because we had so many players actually stand out and, do well on Sunday's game. and you mentioned Jonah Peasant. I put a little thing up about Jonah Peasant. I'll go on this before I ask everyone else, but I think Parramatta fans have been unfair on Jonah Peasant. I know they want someone to blame for what is possibly the dumbest deal in the club's history, but the club completely used him wrong. He should have been purchased as the backup 7, like he's being used now, and why he's out of the team again this weekend. When Mitch was playing Origin or injured, which has been quite a bit, Jonah should have come in and played 7. It was never a good idea using him as a 6 because he's not a 6. He's got to control a team and he's got to play that kind of footy, what's in front of him. The football we played on Sunday's game suited Jonah Peasant. We weren't structured. Our structure actually sucked. I was sitting there watching the game in the first half thinking, oh my God, we're so poor to watch. We found a way to win. We played unstructured footy and we took the most of some opportunities when they presented. That's probably why Mitchell Moses looks a bit frustrated as well because of how bad our structured football actually is, and he relies on it a bit. We'll get to that a little bit later. Your thoughts on the game, Jack?
Unlike yourself and Hayden, I had complete faith in the boys. I knew we were going to win from fucking day one, so I tipped us. But yeah, look, considering that our second play of the game was a spread that nearly had us in goals, I was a bit worried there. But look, we stuck in. We kept it close. Kelma had a couple of Kelma plays with the nice try and then the offside penalty just before halftime. But look, second half, I thought we really stuck it to him. Volk stood up. I thought Volk was amazing on the weekend. His ability to just pierce through the gap and then step his way out of it, away from everyone 3 times. And then, yeah, as Hayden said, finished off the nice little Jonah Peasant grubber and try. So, yeah, fucking cheering. Hope all those Manly fans who Eagle rocked to the stadium had a nice walk home as well.
Nice walk. 2 trains and a ferry and a bus to get back to Manly. So
they could have watched the highlights if they wanted the whole time.
They could have. They could have watched the highlights of their last weeks as well. The fact they're still probably going to be a top 8 team as well. We can't say too much, but I know you will, Jack. You will. You'll have your little dig. You'll have your little dig. I want to get to that Volkman question later, Jess. So can you star it? And we'll come back to that. It's a very interesting one. Troy, your thoughts on the game?
Yes, well, I was like Jack. I tip them as well. I tip them every single week. So shout out to that stubby hole you're drinking out of. So
the thing I was going to say, he mentioned Kelma Talangi and having his moments. Do you guys remember when Parramatta signs Kelma Talangi and they put up the wrong graphic and they actually put up Ola Kawatu as the graphic and then had to delete it and change it?
Don't remember that. Don't remember that one.
You don't remember that? It was one of the best from the social media team. They put
Talk
up
about your bad omens.
I know, but they put up Ola Kawatu and I was just like, oh man, like when I look back, Kelma has his Ola Kawatu moments, but then he reminds us he's Kelma Talangi like that play just before halftime. And a lot of footballers wouldn't know that rule, but they should know it. You know, they're professional footballers, they should know it. Sorry, Troy, continue.
That's okay. It looked like Jack Williams. He had a fine performance once again. He's running the ball hard and straight, and you know that he is on when that happens. It was like an all-round team effort, I thought. You mentioned Jonah. You've mentioned Brian Kelly. You've mentioned Jack Williams. You've mentioned Kelma as well. He did score that try. I've got to give him that. But Dylan Walker as well. That flick pass, that was better than Benji Marshall's in the grand final, that one. But, yeah, it was good to see the old boys out there again. And that's 2 times that the old boys have been at the games and we have won. 2 times I've worn my 86 premiership jacket and we've won. So I think the old boys should be there every single week, I reckon. Just get them there and do a lap of honour and whatever each and every week.
Maybe just include them as part of the coaching staff if they're keen to do it as well. Some of them. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, just, sucked into all those Manly fans. They were down that southern end of Combank Stadium and they were making a bit of noise, but they shut up pretty quickly when we took the lead and Jonah scored his try, so sucked in.
They were everywhere, actually. There was a lot of... I think you guys realise at the game, they're watching on TV, there was a lot of Manly fans throughout that whole ground. They're at one end, but they were spread through. They were obviously given tickets by Parramatta fans. There wasn't 18,000 people there. I'm sorry, but his GST crowd figures really need to be looked into. And I know every club does it, but anyway, let's get through some of the star performers of the game. The talking Parra of the match was very close. We went with Ronald Volkman in the end, just 1 line break, 7 tackle breaks, 1 try, 30 tackles, 138 run meters. It was a classic 5'8" game. Playing off a natural 7, it was a classic 5'8" game. Never seen him as a 7. Never will. He is a 5'8". I'll answer that question now because people are asking about Ronald Volkman. And obviously, we have no inside information at the club. Need to say that every time I talk about something now because I know you guys are watching and you try and work out where this come from. Ronald Volkman was offered a contract extension at Parramatta. I don't know if anything's changed, but last I knew is that he'd rejected that offer because it wasn't enough money. Now, when I say it wasn't enough money, I'll tell you this now, it fucking wasn't enough money. I find it quite a disrespectful offer. I think Parramatta are keen to keep Volkman for one more year, but he's looking at the Super League. His manager's looking at the Super League because, let's be honest, he goes to the Super League, he's probably going to get $500,000 a year. He'll play 7, he'll kill it over there, like I've always said. But Parramatta are trying to convince him to stay. I think they need to give him a little bit more money for what he's currently producing. And I think he wants to stay, as Matt just said, but would you stay for $200,000 when the minimum contract's 180 or whatever it is, 173 or something like that? Because I know he wouldn't. I wouldn't. I think I've been playing for a lot more than that. That's for sure. So, but maybe that's just a figure that popped into my head. Who knows? He obviously was our JD's buyer's agent at Supercoach Parra on the Rice, scoring 110 as well, backing up there. He's got to stand up because let's be honest, like Joe Ash and Lorenzo are hot at his tails. If he doesn't stand up and perform every week, one of them's going to take his position. And to his credit, he's really stood up. Our fan voted man of the match was Walks Balls, Dylan Walker. I knew he was going to get that one. Kind of helped us pick our vote there for the talking Parra player of the match. Our defender of the week was Kitione Katoga. 37 tackles, 100% success rate. Really fixed up his defense, really found his feet since he's come back in after that injury. So great to see. Yep, that's pretty much it for them. So who was your player of the match, Jack?
I went Volkman. And one thing you did forget to add in that little graphic of his is the 95 steps he did throughout the game. But look, he started off...
I lost count at 84, so I couldn't actually put up with that being accurate.
Yeah.
We only want accuracy.
I lost count when he went for his 45th right foot step, but that's okay. He did better than me. But yeah, he stood up that first try, backing himself. He's always in my head, been a natural runner, and he backed it. It was good. It gave us a bit of a different dynamic that we haven't really had all too much, especially when we've had Volkman and Joash. We haven't had an organizer and a runner. And I thought his defense was good. It was one of those games where he shot up, was trying to put those shots on, get that good first contact. I think he said made 30 tackles on the weekend. They were running traffic at him all day. And he stood up. I thought he easily best on ground for me. Iongi was close as well, actually.
I'll give credit to the second rowers there as well. The second rowers really did help him out. As the fact that Kitty only made 37 tackles, I think Kelman might have made about 30 of 34, 32 or 36 or something. He missed about 4 tackles as well. So compared to previous weeks, that's really good. I think Pez missed about 4 tackles, but you're going to miss tackles as a half. That's the thing. It's where how your second rowers protect you and how they cover those tackles, and they really did a good job of that. It looked worrying in the start of that game. Like Manly, to be honest, Manly bombed 3 tries in the first 15 minutes. Like Joey Walsh, great young player, but he really did, I guess, tried to overplay a little bit, taking that opportunity. Didn't quite ice his moments. So if he iced those moments, it could have been a different game. We wouldn't be sitting here so happy over one win. But here we are. Troy, your player of the match?
Isaiah Iongi. Those 3 try-saving tackles that he made, unbelievable. Really kept us in the game, I thought. And some of them were from the other side of the field as well. So he's slowly getting better and better and better each and every week, I think, coming back from that injury a few weeks ago now. But, yeah, he scored that try as well, like any good fullback would. So Isaiah Iongi for me.
Yep. Irrelevant person in the bottom left, Hayden.
Yeah, I went with Dylan Walker. I think that Dylan Walker, although Jonah Pezza had a good game, Dylan Walker was playing like a 7. He was playing like a half when we had 2 halves on the field, coming up with big plays, that flick pass as well. I think he had 2 try assists, not just 1 as well. I definitely would give an honourable mention to Isaiah Iongi. He had the line break. He takes the line on and takes those meters and breaks through, finds a way. So been very impressed with Isaiah in recent weeks, but for mine, Dylan Walker took out player of the match for this game.
Love your input, Hayden. It's so good to have you sitting here talking football. Can't wait for later. It's just so good. There's a lot of talk about apparent immediate signings. I think one's Spencer. I know who the second one is. Obviously, it was said on SEN, but I hope those aren't leaks coming out of the club, though. If the SEN boys have got it, I really hope they're not. if SEN have got leaks, that's really bad. I hope SEN's memberships have revoked, but I think I don't know who the other one is, but I know there's rumors floating around as Isaac Tago. Last I knew about Tago is that he wanted a bit more money than the club was prepared to pay, and that was back when I was in the good books with the club and they give me information. So
the good old days.
the good old
memory.
So he wanted a bit too much money, and Penrith weren't happy to pay that much, but that could have changed. So maybe it's Tago. I know that's floating around. So we'll see how it goes.
You might as well to become fucking Penrith 2.0. Iongi, Tago, Spencer, Hopgood, Wiley Smith. We had Nathan Cleary and Brian Toto as well. Or?
Penrith Dragons. The way we're going.
Jesus, fucking top and bottom.
That will be the
Parramatta.
Saint Penrith Eels. It's got a nice ring to it.
I might take a couple of years off if that's the case.
Yeah, the top performers from the week. Ongi, as you said, had a standout game as well. 231 run meters, 25 runs. He's in every stat besides tackles, which shows you how good a game he did have. It's little things aren't getting noticed for Iongi as well. I know we had this debate about the Iongi versus Joe Ash thing before, and I want to give Iongi credit. He's come back and worked on something he's had to work on. Pretty sure he would have got a spray after that Bulldogs game and probably the South Sydney game as well. And looks like he's fixed up some stuff there defensively. We know he did against Canberra, and it seemed to slip. He's just got to find that consistency with organising our defensive structure and being in the right place, because there's a couple of times he could have got caught out on the weekend if Manly executed better. When he finds that, he'll be an elite player in the game. He'll be an elite fullback in the game. He's just got to find that. So let's hit my camera. Go to our leaderboard for this year. Our leaderboard is Josh still on top, even though he hasn't played the last 3 weeks. Isaiah and Volkman coming 9 points. Junior on 7, hasn't played for ages. And Jack Williams on 5. I think Mitch is on 5 as well. So this week, the 3-2-1 was Walker, Volkman, and Iongi. So everyone we've spoken about there. Go to the young star of the week. The young star of the week actually come from New South Wales Cup. And I me and Jack both watched a New South Wales Cup game, and it was a dominant performance against a very poor Manly team. I can't stop burping. I haven't had an alcoholic beverage for ages, or a soft drink. I've had this Brookvale Union buddy vodka red soda thing, and I can't stop burping now. So sorry, guys.
Was that a coincidence? It's Brookvale Union coincidence.
It's actually just a really good drop, and I've ran out of Scooby Moi Mois. Okay. So yeah, but it tastes like red drink.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking delicious.
They're
dangerously good. Dangerously good. Yeah. So Riley Smith, 80 minutes, 2 try assists. I think it could have been 3. It just said 2. 140, 20, 25 ducks. It was his control of the game. Lorenzo and Appa Twiddle were the halves. Appa's not a 7. I'll say that now. Lorenzo had some really good moments. Jack, I know you watched the game as well. Had some really good moments, some try assists, some line breaks, some good little kicks, but he had some average moments as well, which kind of showed he's not ready yet for first grade. A couple of really good opportunities in Cup where he just couldn't execute. Like he tried to kick and they got charged down. A couple of balls went to ground. There's a couple that were thrown in front of wingers, and yeah, they could have been the wingers for as well. What was your thoughts on that Cup game? Obviously, Riley's performance and Lorenzo, because there's a lot of talk about Lorenzo again at the moment.
Yeah, well, starting with Riley, he looked so confident. He took control. That 40-20 was beautiful. I know he's been working on those kicks, especially when he's in first grade, and he absolutely nailed that one. He just looked like he was in total control of everything. Like the game was moving a couple of seconds slower for him than everyone else. Like easily best on ground for me. In terms of Lorenzo, he moves really, really well. Like he's just such a smooth mover. So when he does those little kicks and passes through, they just look all that much better. But he's a bit, what's the word? He always goes for the money play. Doesn't always work. He's got to rein it in a little bit. He also just looks a little bit small still for it. So he's definitely at least 12 months away from first grade. I don't even think he'll be ready for next year. I think he's spend a year in Cup with Lincoln and kind of get himself physically stronger and a little bit more mature still, because it's potential's there. Like that grubber he did for the first try was perfect, but they're just once he hit it once, he kept trying to do it over and over.
Yeah, it's getting stuck in your routine and finding what works for you, isn't it? And adapting to change is the biggest thing. And someone just mentioned it. You mentioned it. I was actually going to do a post about the next couple of days, but Lincoln Fletcher, I said this in a comment the other day after watching him in Jersey Flag. He should be straight in the Cup. I saw enough of him in Flag to say he's ready for Cup the way he controlled that game, and they need a genuine 7 there. Cup has a chance with some of the players they keep dropping back. So some of the young forwards coming through to go on a really good run. So Lincoln makes his cup debut. It's interesting. Someone said that it doesn't look like Pleasant will play. I think Pleasant plays the Parramatta on Saturday. I don't think Mitch backs up. But if Lincoln kills it in Cup on this week, they've got to keep him there. They've got to keep Lincoln Lorenzo in Cup because it's the future. And what we want to concentrate is the future, even if that means putting Pezzett on our extended bench or something in first grade and just not playing him like we did with Dylan Brown last year. It's not our problem. It's not part of the future plans. But interesting what happens there. We'll obviously probably talk about that a bit more next week after we see that Cup debut. Not much else really to talk about in regards to last week's game. Nothing anyone else wants to add? Everyone's good?
No, I'd just like to say congrats to you, Adam and Jack, for watching New South Wales Cup and giving us that detailed report. That was really good because I missed it. I was in transit on the way home.
I just don't really have a life outside of watching footy at the moment.
Are you passing that message on from Helen, or is that coming from you?
No. I'm just saying that's coming from me because I missed the game.
Helen?
I was in transit on the way home from the game. So
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Helen disappeared. Yeah, actually, James wants to make a really valid point because he's a St. George fan. But let's talk about Namva because Namva was probably one of the best on field as well in that New South Wales Cup game. And rightly so, he's earned a call-up due to an injury to Sean Russell. We'll get to that a bit later, but Namva was a standout with some more experienced wingers in that game. Yeah, he probably would have turned around and his stats were, I think he got 3 line break assists. Or he ended up with like 4 or 5 try assists with some more experienced wingers outside him. I certainly bombed a couple of tries. So not much else to add, but I think once Namva is in the team this week, I think he'll take the most of that opportunity and it'll be very hard to get out of the team. So
he killed it. Yeah, it was 1 line break, 3 line break assists, a try assist, and 8 tackle breaks.
Yeah, he was a weapon. And he was told to take his opportunity, and he did. And he's, here he goes. So he's going to be very hard to keep out of a team now. It's going to be very interesting what Parramatta do next year. Sean Russell's obviously going. Sam Riney, you've got Will Penasini, you've got Nanva. If there's talk around we are going to sign another centre, I'm interested in what they do. We'll get to that a little bit later. I can talk about that when there's probably not as many ears and eyes watching for what I'm going to say and open up a very big can of worms. So let's get to the NRLW first of all. Before we go into the news, Joel will be joining us 5 minutes ago. So once Joel joins us, we'll get into that news as well. So patiently waiting. Queensland time, He's big now. He made NBN News. He's in the big time. So
no, Channel 9, Australia.
Channel 9, NBN. It's NBN in Newcastle. Jez is agreeing with me. It's NBN Newcastle. It'll always be NBN to me. It's never 9, okay? You Sydney snobs. Full-time in the NRLW was 28-16. Look, the Tigers obviously come out and blew the girls away very early on, and we found a way back in the game. As Brad Arthur would say, we stayed in the fight and we found something, which they can be proud of. I think I wouldn't say young, they had a lot of young forwards and obviously some experience there as well, but they needed that run, the girls. I think obviously going into next week's game, they'll be a lot better. It could have got ugly, and they were in that game until the death. Great shot as well. I know it ended up.
Great shot.
3-week suspension and a sin bin. That was that would have rocked me. I would have been out cold. If that hit me, I wouldn't have got up for a week. That's how hard she hit her. So
I think worth it. Like, it's going to be on some form of Parramatta highlight reel for a bit. She won't play for a few weeks, but it was good to watch.
100%. It was a great hit. Troy, mate, I know you're at the game. I know you're watching on TV the first half because you were there watching a podcast and you got a special shout-out, I believe. But what's your thoughts on the game?
Well, it was actually the other way around. I watched the first half at the stadium, and then it was 22-0 at halftime, I think, wasn't it? And then
You walked out at halftime.
No, I did not walk out. Well, I did walk out, but I went to Parramatta Leagues Club, not to watch that Truthful and Respectful podcast, but to catch up with a few people. But and anyway, I did watch the game there because it was on there, and it was a good fight back. In the end, it was just all too late. Rory Owen, and we know she's going to be a superstar. 2 tries, and if she can get some early ball, then she'll score plenty more. So, look, it was the first round. It's disappointing, obviously, but they'll be better for the run, and look out the Dragons this week.
Yeah, No, I agree. I was going to mention Rory Owen. She was a clear standout. Who's rocking back and forward in their chair? It's really irritating. No? Okay. No one wants. Who is it? Jez is pointing. Hang on. Snitch. Snitches don't get stitches on this podcast. Who is it?
It's Troy. Troy, your chair is so freaking loud. Every time you move, it creaks. I know you're going to Vegas, but could you have spent like $100 on a chair?
Hang on.
He's getting another fucking chair, is he? Or is he going to stand
I
up?
don't know. You got another one.
Troy, one of your sponsors could shout you a chair. Jesus Christ. Get me
Is anyone
out
out
of
there
here.
that wants to buy Troy a chair? Anyone that works for any
Hang
kind
on,
of...
can you hear me from there?
It's
No, I
better
can't.
because we can't.
Are you sitting on your bed? Can you turn your background off for a second so we can
No,
see what's going on?
I'm not doing that again.
That was the best podcast ever. It was our most serious podcast with Jim, back when Jim liked us. And there you are turning around. Anyway, Jez, I'll boot you back out because Joel has decided to grace us with his presence. So you're gone. And we'll continue just talking quickly about the NRLW. Now, our Lord and Saviour, Joel, League of Inches, big on 9 News. Big article ran on him as well. He's here, guys. So anyway, let's continue with NRLW. Hayden, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it felt like one of those games that we were never really in it early in and never felt like we were going to come back and snatch it. But there was a bit of fight in that second half. So I'm not too great at the start of the year with players' names. So I won't name player names, but I thought the effort was there from our players. There was a question about the bench, and I do agree with that. It looked like we didn't use our bench the right way in that second half. Definitely needed to use bigger size there, some props on the bench. But yeah, some late points, which was good. And I saw Jonathan was there. Jonathan came up on the TV. So
I did see that as well, actually. Yeah.
yes,
front row.
yes. Jonathan was the front row watching the NRLW. So shout out to long-time viewer Jonathan.
Yeah. So Hayden, you
Good
didn't
man,
get
Jonathan.
Jonathan because you've given up on your team. So that's fine. But Jonathan was there supporting. Oh, look, he's going to take it personally. He's taking the. I had an excuse. I have a newborn. I don't know what your excuse was, but anyway. Jack, your thoughts?
Yeah, first half was woeful. It looked like every time we would nearly score and didn't, we get deflated and let in a try. And then the second half of the first half was just 4 rucks up and, hey, Rory, please score us a try. And then it took us 55 minutes to realize, hey, if we actually put her in a good spot, she can do something instead of going, hey, it's 5th, fucking let's go. So a good fight back. Brilliant shot at the end. Like, that should be worth at least 2 tries.
Not a
But
2
yeah.
extension, yeah.
Not a 2-week suspension. We add 2 and they lose 2. So give us the win. But look, there's positive signs, but I want to see a bit of an improvement next week against the Dragons.
Yeah, that's said. They play on Sunday, 1:45. Starting team's essentially the same, except River Lee Olo comes in for Boss, who obviously copped a 2 to 3 week suspension for that shot.
After
Bench,
killing someone.
pretty much exactly the
She
same.
was the boss.
Yeah, pretty much exactly the same team there. I think Kylie Gray comes into the 17, obviously, with that change with River Lee Olo starting, and then only 21 named, not 22 this week with extended bench there. So good luck to the girls. I think if they can produce what they did in the second half, they can come out of the win against the Dragons team and get their season off to a good start in round 2. So let's get to some news. That's what Joel's here for. There is a lot of Parramatta news to go through. So we're going to keep this short. If I don't come to you guys and you want your say, bad fucking luck. All right. Let's start with Spencer Lanu. Spencer, apparently it's a done deal to Parramatta. It was a done deal apparently 10 days ago. We still haven't heard an announcement. The concerning factor for me in that time that Spencer was a done deal, we reached out to Moses Leota and then we pulled out of the Leota race. So there's been a lot happening in the last week or when we didn't do a podcast. The concerning side for me is that I've been told that Spencer Lanu, and this is by a very reliable source coming out of Penrith, a very reliable source, Spencer Lanu and Moses Leota want to play together. Now, Spencer's a done deal at Parramatta. I have some really, really, really bad concerns. We could be about to see another 1-year deal. If we see another 1-year deal for Spencer Lanu, I swear to God, I don't know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do, because there won't be words to find what I'm feeling. Let's talk about, first of all, don't worry about the deal. Keep it short. Do you want to see Spencer at Parramatta, Jack?
Yes, if it's longer than 12 months.
Troy?
Yes, if we win a comp, who cares?
We're not winning the comp next year. Hayden?
Yes, 3-year deal, please.
All right, Joel. I don't need to get your answer because I know you don't want the Spencer deal. Can you tell us
Just
why? You
nod
don't
or
want-
shake your head.
Why don't you want the Spencer deal? Tell us why. I'm actually really. He's won 4 premierships. I know there's been some attitude concerns at the Roosters, but let's be honest. May had the same concerns when he was at the Roosters after leaving Penrith, and now he seems to have found his feet at the West Tigers. Living in Bondi isn't for everyone. It'd be fucking terrible. I hope living in Bondi isn't for Herbie as well. Give us your thoughts, Joel, on why you're not interested in Spencer at Parramatta.
Well, it was increased because of the recent news that I found out about him basically being a signing for the PNG Chiefs. So we're going to be cucks once again for another club, which is going to be really fun. So I'm really looking forward to that for 12 months. And no, we will not be winning a competition next year. So you can't just say, oh, let's take it to win a comp next year. It's not going to happen. So that's all well and good.
Hey,
Honestly,
I'm truthful.
What about winning the comp next year? Hang on.
Yes.
I thought he meant about being a cock, but all right.
But honestly, I've just watched him for a long time now and just have seen nothing from him. He's supposed to be this big intimidator, and I just haven't seen it. And there's been plenty of times where he's probably been able to show that. The last time I seen him do it was against Jared Ria-Hargreaves, and he hasn't played in the competition for, 3 years now. So I just don't know if it's exactly what what I should say is I don't think we'll get him for a good deal either. I think we'll be paying overs on him, and I just think that we're not in. I don't want to. I'd rather us have gone harder for Leota for next year than get Spencer for just a year and then see you later.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't want him for a year. Like, I'll take him for 2 years or 3 years.
No, I'm actually the secret source out in Penrith that's giving out him the information.
Megan, I don't know if you can kick, but if you know someone who can kick that's in your family, or know an ex or current NRL player, you've just got yourself added to the Kicking to Vegas competition on the 30th of August with that one. Jez, can you write that down somewhere for me? Because that comment was fucking brilliant. So you will be having a way to kick yourself to Vegas. That made us all laugh out loud and actually made me swallow a bit of my own throat. That's how good that was. So, no, I'm with you. I agree. I can't get around it. I think the deal's done, and I think the deal was probably done maybe, it was a handshake deal, and now this whole PNG thing's happening. Our club's probably sitting back going, because our club's under pressure, let's be honest. Like, I know enough people in that club to know that there is some severe pressure at the moment about what's been happening, the fan voices, everyone's starting to really speak up. They'd all be feeling the pressure. And I'm talking players, I'm talking coaching staff, recruitment, CEOs, even membership team maybe. Everyone could be feeling it, because of what's happening at the moment with the club and the way the fans are feeling. They want to make a big signing, but they don't want to be laughed at. And if they go and do a 1-year deal again, I think it's going to be, we could go sign fucking Cameron Smith if he was still playing, and Cooper Cronk on a 1-year deal, and the club would still probably, everyone would still probably go, no, we don't want 1-year deals. So yeah, I'm not going to support violence. But yes, I agree that we can't do another 1-year deal. Let's move on from that. Bronson Cherry. What I've been told is Bronson Cherry approached Parramatta and wanted to come to Parramatta. Initially, Parramatta said no, and then Parramatta revised this, and we saw those rumours. That was back when we played the Bulldogs back in April. After coming and speaking to Parramatta about a deal, he then turned around and he went to the Melbourne Storm and spoke with them, flew down to Melbourne, and all of a sudden wasn't interested in Parramatta. So we've missed out in Bronson Cherry. Joel, good thing or bad thing missing out in Cherry? And what are your thoughts on the fact he wanted to sign for the club till he met with the club?
I don't really care about missing him or getting him. I don't really care about that. What I feel like is the bigger talking point here is the fact the club still cannot sign a player. And again, it's a bidding war, or there's another club involved, and we have been out voted basically, and our players chosen to go somewhere else. I just think, and I know that people out there will accuse us of bashing the club and wanting to bring it down, which is just absolute bullshit. Anyway, I want to see the club succeed, guys. I'm here to tell you that right now. I'd love nothing more than to see us win a grand final, but everyone can see we are screaming for outside backs at the moment. Majority of our outside backs just aren't up to it on a week-to-week basis. I think Bronson's a pretty good player. I said for a while now I would have liked either him or Timoko into us as a signing for next year. When he became available, I was shocked that the club didn't just jump on him. It seemed like an ideal fit. We've now lost him to the Storm. Now, apparently, everyone's saying that Howarth might be the one that gets pushed out of the Storm. We end up with him. Okay, whatever. It is what it is. I don't know if that will happen or not, but I just think the bigger talking point is that our club, our management, our signing, recruitment and retention just cannot get anything done. They get players literally on a silver platter and still stuff it up. Like, I don't know how anyone in the comments or anyone who follows our pages and want to go in and be a smart ass can actually support this anymore. Like, it is plain to see. It's clear to see. We actually have no idea. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're going into our next point, but I'll ask these boys quickly. Thoughts on Cherry, Troy?
Yeah, I would have got him. But as Joel said, it's disappointing that we can't just get that signature on the paper. As Matty said, there mustn't be enough pens at Parramatta for him to sign the contract. So maybe we should get some pens for our next home game and bring him or something. I don't know. But
pens in the state, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I probably would have had him.
Hayden?
I wouldn't have had him, but I do agree with Joel on that point. He made a great point about us not being able to make the signing. But I'm just hopeful that by not getting him and missing out on a couple of these centres, that means that come November 1, we will be talking to a bigger one like, I don't know, your Matt Burton.
Don't skip ahead. Don't skip fucking ahead.
To answer the question, to yes or no, mate?
That was the end of my
Look at the
response.
run sheet. Look at the run
Shut
sheet.
Up. There isn't a run sheet. Just shut up. All right, Jack.
Yes.
Thank
I
you,
would
Jack.
have had him.
Would have had him. And he's disappointed if we missed out on him. Let's, before we get into some more news on that, here's a photo of me and Dylan Brown. Just to piss off Jack. I don't even know why I uploaded that. That's me and Dylan
That's
Brown.
okay. I've had him feel my leg, so it's all good.
Yeah, actually, he felt my leg too, actually, when he was there. But anyway. So it's actually really funny. I actually had another Knights player, and I won't name another Knights player, walk up to me at that time and say to me, it's a real shame what's been going on with you and Parramatta. He said, if you ever want to come across and support Newcastle, we could really use your passion at the club. I told him to get fucked because he said he'd seen Lincoln from the United and the Just Mates boys posting about me should come and support Newcastle. And he goes, I thought I'd just have a little cheap gabby. He goes, but I do agree it's crap what's happening. And Dylan seemed to support that as well. So it's always good to catch up with Dylan. It was Ponga. Don't be crass about it. Yes, Jez.
Wasn't in a toilet.
I was waiting for my coffee. It wasn't. Parramatta fans have asked for a review. Now, there was a petition going around I shared. I didn't agree with everything on it. I'll say that straight away. I'm not going to come out and say that anyone should be sacked. A lot of people will, but I'm going to be careful saying that because we know as soon as I say someone should be sacked, they'll be trying to do what they can to get at me. They've shown that in the past that they won't come at
Can I say it?
They'll come at Adam, so whatever you want. They'll come at Adam Martin. But Parra fans have asked for review. Now, what I've heard since then from a pretty decent source, no, it's not a fucking player if you're watching. It's not someone who works for the club. A pretty decent source has told me that the Parramatta board, due to some recent complaints that have come in, is doing a review because they're not happy with the current situation at our football club and the direction of our club. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to this, but the person seems to be in the know and seems to know quite a lot and has before, and that's what I've been told. So it looks like the review's already happening. It'll be interesting what comes up, but we might be finally going to see some change at Parramatta. Like I said, there's a lot of pressure at the moment. All right, Joel, mate, this is your moment. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Hang on, wait, just wait. Just wait. You can say whatever you want to say, Joel, and you've got about.
What's just happened? I've been put on the spot. Okay. I don't really know what else I need to really say because I've said this for a number of weeks now, but it is absolutely time, and this has absolutely nothing to do with Adam or anything like that. But as a passionate supporter of this club, where we're at is just at the point where there's no going back for these guys. It is clear to see for anyone that's not getting wined and dined by the club, how backwards they have gone at the most rapid rate. People are now saying, oh, let's hope we get to November 1 and sign someone. Okay, well and good. But that's, again, not till 2028. So we're going to sit through this again next year. And if that's acceptable, No, it's not. The piss poor planning from this club since the day that we made that grand final and they treated it as a success is where this whole problem lies, and it has done. And people go into comments and stuff, and there's a certain few who I probably they won't even be on here. They want to sort of say shit that I want to bring them down and stuff. It's absolute bullshit. The club has brought themselves down. We're the supporters who have been here from day dot, and we want to sit here and cop what this club's doing, and we want to protect them. Bullshit. Let's protect ourselves and the club. I'm sick of waking up every day and going, yeah, no. Look, I've actually recently I've been thinking to myself, I'll probably die without seeing a premiership. Like, how low is that? I will die before seeing the Parramatta Eels win a premiership. And if that doesn't get any fan, you're not a true fan. That right there is all we need to be talking about to go, how shit is things at the club at the moment. We then have players like Dylan Brown, who have just been let go, who was Parramatta through and through. The rumours were he literally went and asked the club for another about 100K, I think it was, and the club said no. We've now got our best forward since he arrived at the club in Dylan Walker, wanted to stay at the club again by all reports, and the club wouldn't come for an extra year for him. He has been head and shoulders our best forward at this club since he's got there. The way he transitioned our team is just ridiculous. I know they're in the comments and stuff, but I know Longy, I know Mika, we've had some passionate debates in the comment section in our chat about this, but he has been busted up galore this year. He's still out there every week trying his heart out. And what's his reward by the club? You know what? See you later. We won't even come to the party with this extra year that he thoroughly deserves, mind you, in my opinion. Instead, and I know he's the captain of the club, I know he's got plenty of followers and that around, we'll probably extend Junior just so he can reach a milestone. And that right there shows you this club at the moment isn't prioritising winning games, isn't prioritising being the best version of themselves. They're prioritising what makes them look good, what makes them feel good, the money. We keep talking about all the money. I'm just so fed up with it. I'm exhausted as a supporter. I don't enjoy any of this. I know some of you out there think I do. I do not enjoy where the club is at. I would love to do anything I could to change the club, but it's very clear that the club management at the moment are not the right people. Adam can't say it, and I don't want this to be a reflection of Talking Parra at all. This is all me, but each and every one of you who you know exactly who I'm talking about needs to pack your bag and piss off out of this place sooner rather than later. And that would genuinely be you showing us you care about this place because you've gone out of your depth. You've got no idea what you're doing anymore. Ship out and see you later. Mic drop, done.
He reckons he didn't practice that. He reckons he didn't have
He was.
enough.
That's why he was late. He was in the mirror practicing.
That's why I was late.
It was like a teleprompter or whatever it was in the Reach review.
It's in front of him.
But of course, I didn't write for him. I definitely didn't write for him. But
Adam's not that smart to write it for him.
It wasn't ChatGPT either.
It was too long. It was too long for me to write, to be honest. No, well said, Joel. I can't agree with everything you said, of course, because that'd make me probably try and get sued because, they're after me. But yeah, I agree. I think every fan agrees. It's the one really good point you made is there's been so many people say, these people don't care about Parramatta. They support a different club. I've never bought it. I know Troy's bought it. I've never bought into that. Like, I think when you work for something, you can care about it enough. But if you care that much and you can see that things aren't working, it is time to go, unfortunately. And legacies will be remembered for all the good things you've done. The more this drags on, the more negativity means the more that we're going to remember the bad times, not the good times. And I'm not targeting any person, but everyone's going to jump and think I said Jim straight away. I've never said a bad word about Jim, may I add. Even when we did our review, Jim's done some wonderful things for Parramatta. After the salary cap stuff got us back to being a really financially strong club, all the structure was set up. The way they took on the Zach Lomax situation as well is something that he will be remembered by as well. So you don't want people to forget those good times when all this negativity starts to happen. Everyone's looking for someone to blame. Your thoughts on it, Hayden?
Yeah, it's just frustrating to talk about. It's Joel, you make the point that we're looking to 2028. We're not looking at next year, and that's 5 years most likely without finals. I don't understand how fans are accepting it. And I feel like through Instagram, through YouTube, I'm copping a lot of criticism for making comments about players or situations. So obviously be careful what I'm saying. But at the same time, as a fan, as a 9-year member now, It's pretty frustrating, and we shouldn't have to accept this mediocrity. Like, great, awesome. We got an awesome win on the weekend. We can talk about it, but we're sitting 14th on the ladder. We're sitting 14th. We're nowhere near finals, nowhere near where we need to be. And cool, I really like the signing of Spencer Leniu if that's coming, but there just seems to be no structured plan for the future. And I saw a great comment saying, does Parramatta have a plan for 6 next year? Guys, we've been saying it all year. They haven't had one all year.
Well, they hadn't, and that's why they signed Pezzett. They signed Pezzett because they said that Lorenzo and Joash weren't ready. Joash showed a lot of signs he was ready when he played, in my opinion, at 5'8". He showed signs last year when Ongi and Mitch and him played together, and we've gone away from that. To a Volkman there. Volkman's killing it, but we're disrespecting him with the deals we're offering. So Lorenzo hasn't come on as they thought he would. Yeah, he's starting to play well, but like I said, me and Jack watched the game. There's still a lot to work on. So we don't know who the 6 will be next year. Like if Volkman takes the money and goes elsewhere, we're back to Joash and Lorenzo, who they thought weren't ready, but they haven't been given enough time this year because they just didn't go to play. It's fucking confusing. Like I said, the Pezzett deal will go down as the worst deal in the club's history. And that's saying something. We've had some fucking bad deals. So, Troy, your thoughts on the current situation?
Yeah, like everyone else, it's frustrating. Was it 4 years without finals now after 22? Same thing happened after 2009 grand final. Same thing's been happening for 40 years. But look, we should be playing finals. It's all very well and good to say, look, we're going to give these juniors a run, and each and every game that they're going to get more experience, that's fine. But you need more experienced, high superstar players in your side as well. You need those 2, 3, 4 Origin players in your side. Look at the Dolphins this year; they got 5 or 6. So, and the fact that we just cannot sign anybody. I mean, Parramatta. I mean, if this was the '80s, everyone would want to come. Everyone would want to come to Parramatta because they were winning comps. But it's just not happening. It's just not happening at the moment.
Sorry, just quickly, you've waffled a bit. I'm hearing now people talking about the Sixers in the comments. And I had to stop you before I forgot. I'm starting to hear rumours about Blaze Talangi, the club chasing Blaze Talangi back. The bloke that we let go because we didn't think, to see if he wanted to play 6. So it just shows whatever their long-term plan was, if they're starting to go down that thing again, thinking that he'll come back just because his brother's here and his brother will be a first grader by then. We never had a long-term plan. And if we had a long-term plan, it doesn't work. People are talking about Burton. All right. Burton wants $1.1 million to come to Parramatta. I believe that Perth are going to offer him between 1.2 and 1.3. Our plan, if we sign Burton, and I'll say this from a conversation when I was in favour, our plan was to play Burton at 6 until whatever 5'8" they choose to be ready is ready, or we sign another 5'8" and then move Burton to the centres. That's a lot of money to pay for a centre like Burton when you could get someone like Herbie for probably the same money, who's an out-and-out centre that could win you a game. It's clueless. It's going backwards. We're all stuck in a circle. Sorry, Troy, continue.
And it's only going to get harder and harder with a new team coming in 2029.
It's like someone pushed play then on him. It was like he was fourth and someone pushed play. Anything else you want to add?
No, that'll do.
Okay.
Jack, your turn. Your thoughts?
Oh, look, Troy's pretty much said anything. But look, at the end of the day, people will listen to this and think and forget that we're not just guys who jump on a podcast and talk footy for an hour. We've been fans since day one. I came in, fucking 26 years ago now. We made a grand final. Made another one when I was 10 and then fuck all for 15 years. Every time we have a good thing going, we go, all right, finals is all right for a few years. Make a grand final. That's another box ticked, and then we just fall off a cliff. We've got no idea what our plan is. We assume that because someone kills an SG ball, they're going to immediately kill it in first grade in 18 months' time. And when that doesn't happen, we panic. We're going to make another panic signing and give Burton 1.1, throw him in the centres when Lorenzo's finally ready, and then that's 1.1 million for a centre who doesn't really want to be a centre. Like, I want to see... The optimist in me is assuming that we're going to sign this big fish for 2028. Next year is going to be a development year, then we'll be back there. But we're not. Like, why would Herbie want to come to Parramatta? Like, what's the appeal there? Like, he wanted to a few years ago when we were making finals and we were pushing top 4. but we've been cellar dwellers since we made a grand final. And he's now
He's
on
at a
a
club that's meant
Dolphins
to be a
team
grand
who's
final.
he's in a Dolphins team that's fucking red hot.
He is.
And
Money
he's-
talks. Money talks. There's no doubt about that. There's rumors
But
he
we
wants to
don't
come to
give the
Sydney.
money. We go, mate, I know you're worth 1.4, but here's 800. What do you reckon? We want it to be comped back in the 80s.
I think we're past that point. I think the pressure on the people in this club, they know they have to spend overs on players now. I'll say now, and I'll confidently say this, and once again, I just have to highlight this. It hasn't come from a player or someone that works in the club. I'll tell you now, it's come from someone at the Dolphins. It's come from a manager involved with the Dolphins that's told me from someone I know that's at the Dolphins that Parramatta have identified Herbie Farmworth as a big target for November 1st. They're going to go all guns blazing for Herbie. And no, it's not Ignite Sports who Herbie is managed by. Just for those that want to post that and screen share it elsewhere and tell other podcasts. That's what I said. That's not what happened. It's not that. It's another manager with no affiliation to our club, but told me about it because he knows me quite well. Herbie's going to come at a cost, and Herbie's going to come at a cost probably about $1.2 million for us. As you said, if he wants to come to us is another thing. Because we know that Uncle Nick will give him $1 million or $1.1 million and a bit of stuff on the side, allegedly. And, that's going to be very hard for us to match. But I think I don't even have to ask is all. We'd all take Herbie, but we all have no confidence that we will get this Herbie deal done. And the reality is if we can't get these signings up, let's be honest, 2027 is what? We talk to players from November 1st, 2025 for 2027 season. We've signed Jaden Sewer and we've signed Harrison Edwards, right? And we signed Harrison Edwards halfway through the year. They're the two players that we've signed for next year. So we've had 8 months. Is that how long it is? 8 months since November 1st, and we've managed to sign 2 players in that time. We have available for next year, I'll just say now, obviously Tony Matteelli has signed with Manly as well before I bring up this. For next year, this is what our squad looks like. Our top 30 has 21 players. Sorry, 22 because I got it wrong. Lincoln Fletcher is in a top 30 squad next year, not a development player. Ado Carr, Araz Nanfar, Team Brown, Matt Dury, Harrison Edwards, Josiah hasn't debuted yet, Charlie Geimer, Jermaine Hopgood, Isaiah Iongi, Brian Kelly, Kitty Ankatoga, Will Latu, ACL as well as obviously Jermaine. Luca Moretti, Mitchell Moses, Joash Papali'i, Jordan Semrani, Bailey Simonson, Riley Smith, Jaden Sewer, Sam Tuivasa, and Talon Silva. That's obviously who we have available for next year. 3 players coming back from ACL and 2 players yet to... Is it 2 players? Yeah, 2 players yet to debut, one of them from ACL. Our development is Ryder Talangi and Lorenzo Talatino. There'll be 2 more there. I'm not sure who they are. I think Cam Bantlett might be one. I think the other one's Stephen Nunn. I'm not 100% sure there. Off contract, Ryan Madison, gone. Junior Paulo will be offered a 1-year deal. Richard Penasini, gone. Will Penasini, I'll come back to. Jake Tago, gone. Kelma Talangi, gone. Ronald Volkman negotiating. Dylan Walker, gone. Jack DeBellin, club option. I know none of us want to see Jack DeBellin re-signed for that 1 year, but at the moment, we have only 22 available players. We have to sign Jack DeBellin for 1 more year. Unfortunately, we have no choice because the reality is the players are not out there to sign. We're going to have to keep him because Jonah DePeasant's departed, Sean Russell's departed, Apatwiddle's departed. Obviously now Tony Matteelli is departed as well, as I said. So there you go. Joel's shaking his head. His head's going to fall off his fucking shoulders.
Are we going to be able to field a team next year?
Well, there's only 22 players. Like I said, Junior will re-sign. Will Penasini. Let's talk about Will Penasini. November 2025 last year, it broke that Will Penasini has extended with the club, right? Never formally announced by the club, still shown as off contract on every list at the end of this season. His brother's been told he's right to go at the end of this year. I've spoken about it on League of Inches. I've never spoken about it on here, but there's something really fucking weird. This podcast I'm finding gotcha moments. They turned around. I don't get that. I don't get that comment, Jez. It's confused the absolute fucking shit out of me. So, is there something in the private chat? Sorry, I love this shit. We don't have to do anything private anymore. No. Anyway, let's quickly talk about that. So, Will Penasini. Does anyone know what's going on? Troy, you heard anything?
Nah, haven't heard anything.
Have you heard of a club announcement, Jack, Hayden, Joel?
I've always been in my mind that he was off contract. I kept thinking that. So
Yeah, well, Isaac, journalist, he broke it last year that he would take it on that club extension, but I haven't found it anywhere. I can't find it. I'll say what I've been told, and this is a rumor. It's not an opinion or anything like that, and you can take it at what you want. I've been told there's some players unhappy that are managed by one manager, and these players aren't taking their extensions or negotiating stuff at the moment for the future of the club. Make of that what you want. I'm sure you all talk about it, but maybe Will's one of those players, and other players by that manager are in the same situation. I got told that Will's explored options, and he could be shown the door by the club, and he could be right to go at the end of this year with Jordan Semrani, Nanva coming on, and them looking to sign another centre. Like I said, didn't get that information from anyone within the club. It's just what I've been told. So I guess kind of wait and see what happens in that situation. So, all right. Thoughts? If we lose Will Penasini, are you devastated, Joel?
Yeah, in a way. I still am a pretty big fan of Will Penasini, to be honest with you. So I think he's got a bit to go. I've said it for a while now. I can't keep changing my opinion on him. I think we've used him incorrectly for a lot of his recent career. I'd like to see him get a bit more time where he's not used as a battering ram like a Connie Hurrell 2.0. It feels like that's what we use him for. I think the club forgets he's actually a pretty talented footy player. And I know for sure, I'll say this now so people can't say, oh, you didn't say this when it happens in 2 years' time. If he goes to the Storm, he goes to wherever he goes to, he will become like a top 5 centre in the game, like almost instantly, because they'll start to use him the way he should be used.
Who said anything about the Storm? I thought it was oh, never mind.
Wherever he ends up going, and just quickly while it's there, fresh in my mind, I just have to quickly say it, sorry. If this club is fair income and they re-sign Jack DeBellin over giving Dylan Walker the second year he wanted, you are officially off your fucking head. That is an absolute fucking joke. That just sums up everything you need to know about this club. That is embarrassing.
Let's talk about Dylan Walker, and we'll touch on Jack DeBellin and Will Penasini at the same time with everyone else. Dylan Walker told people, I think he's actually come out and said it in an interview as well, 3-year deal at Leeds. I get Parramatta not offering him a 3-year deal. Look at my camera. Who hit my camera? How long has that been like that? Does anyone want to tell me? What a fucking angle. Is there there's something in the private chat off Jez that says, no, I don't know.
You're supposed to say you got rocks in your head.
Said it wrong. Sorry.
It's gone past that now.
It was the extreme version. Sorry.
Yeah. R-rated version.
Sorry,
gone past that.
The upgrade.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, Jez sent me messages. He didn't put it in the private chat, so I was a bit confused. So I haven't got Facebook open today. My phone was on sleep mode because I'm a father of 2 now. I go to bed usually by this time. But Dylan Walker has openly told people that he wasn't even offered a 1-year deal from the club. Now, I think a 1-year deal with a 1-year club option Walker probably would have taken for that second year. But I see why he's going. He'll kill it in the Super League, by the way. I opened up our attack. I had some questions about his defense at the start of the year, and I copped the fucking pizzling for that. But it made sense for me why they let him go at that time. But the way he's going at the moment, like 1 year, he would have absolutely killed it. Riles literally got in the press conference and said how good he is and how important he is for the team after the game. Next day, it's announced he's going to Super League. So who's making the decisions here? The coach isn't making decisions. Clearly, he wanted to keep him. What is actually on this club? Who has Dylan Walker pissed off so bad that the club wanted to get rid of him? Because there's clearly a bit more to this. Clearly, he's pissed off someone the club hold in a high regard, so he was gone. Because Walker is off, Troy, and that upsets me. What's your thoughts on Walker, DeBellin 1 year, Will Penasini situation?
Well, he certainly let everyone know how upset he was leaving the ground the other day on his motorbike. He was pretty loud leaving the stadium. But anyway, I would have kept Dylan. I wouldn't have kept Jack, and I would have. Sorry, Jack, I wouldn't have kept you, mate. But I would have kept Will. But Joel's right. They used him as a battering ram, and that's not it. So the last couple of years, he just hasn't been the sort of breakout centre that we thought he might have been.
Yep. Sorry, I read the comments. I don't really listen when you talk, Troy. Jack, your thoughts?
No, that's fair enough.
Pretty much what Troy said, but I'll say it to Adam listeners this time.
Yeah.
I would have done the 1+1 club option for Walker. I reckon he would have taken it. I would have told DeBellin to take a year off before he signed with PNG. And we're going, hey, Will, we're going to play you like a centre, not like a battering ram, so you're not injured 24/7. What are your thoughts? And then happy days, Parramatta went to comp next year.
And that's the thing with the De Belin deal. If he does go again, we are once again cucks for another player going. Everyone knows he wants to basically just stay fit to then go to PNG and be a signing for them. And instead, we have a great opportunity for as a club to stand for something and go, all right, off you go play reserve grade for him or something if you want next year, if you want to keep being match fit, if it's that worry, if it's that much of a problem for you, or go to Super League, wherever you want to go. It's clear Dylan Walker provides so much more to this team than Jack de Belin does, who has played reserve grade for most of this year as well. There is no logic at all behind that decision. There's literally none.
Sorry, to the people watching this, will be watching this and reporting back on this. Remember when you used to accuse me of leaking information and had meetings about me and stuff? Yet your players are walking out. They're clearly frustrated with you and the way you are as a club. They're walking out telling fans stuff after a game. I think it's maybe time you have a good fucking hard look at yourselves and what you are doing and why players are finding they need to speak out. Because we know now you've decided in the last 2-3 weeks you're going to work with podcasts, selected podcasts. What was the wording, Troy? Selected
I think
podcasts.
truthful and respectful, I think it was.
Truthful and respectful podcasts. They're still entitled to their opinion as long as they've got out their tongue up our ass. We'll be okay with that. So, you turn around and that's what he's going to do. Have a good look at yourself because you've got players walking out clearly unhappy. There is clearly problems at Parramatta. You can hide it all you want. You can try and cover up to protect your fucking self. But there's really big issues there. Really big issues.
What did Walker say? I missed it.
He walked out and told fans how unhappy he was. The club didn't offer him any deal.
Fair enough as well. Don't blame him.
After having a man of the match performance, if Walker didn't play on the weekend, we wouldn't have won that game. Everyone knows that. So I don't blame him for having the shits. And look, he'll probably get dropped this week because this shit will continue where players are getting picked the club wants here. They're not Jason Riles because it's happening again. I'm not afraid to say it's happening again. Why do you think Riley Smith is in New South Wales Cup? Riley Smith is in New South Wales Cup, not because of performance, not because of injury. All right, I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, and there's shit I shouldn't be saying, but I don't give a fuck anymore. What are they going to do? Cancel my actual membership after taking my corporate membership off me? Go ahead. I don't care anymore. I'll just buy
You'll
tickets.
be sitting in GA.
Yeah, exactly right. People buy me tickets anyway, idiots. So Riley Smith is in New South Wales Cup because, is this my opinion? I think this is my opinion. Fuck, where's Jason when we need him? We signed Talon De Silva as a major signing. We signed Jack de Belin as a major signing. And we signed Harrison Edwards as a signing this year. There is no coincidence. All those three players, fuck me. Like Ray Charles can see that Jack de Belin and Harrison Edwards offer the exact same thing to the team. Solid in defense, nothing in attack. They both don't need to be there. Riley is not back in the first grade team because he wasn't a big signing. He was never part of the club's plans. You can't turn around and, I guess, inflate their egos about stuff. Anyway, that's it. I'll stop there.
I keep going.
Anything else you want to add, Hayden?
No, I on the Will situation, I know we've been speaking about the other situation, but on the Will situation, I think he's had his time for mine. I don't think he's the game breaker we need. I think we need to go after someone who's considered as elite. I just don't think he's been the same since the injury. So I wouldn't be too upset if Will walks off to another club. As for the other situation, yeah, I agree with you boys. Although I think de Belin's been in okay form in recent weeks, I would have given Dylan Walker that deal, especially if he's telling fans that after a game. He clearly wants to be here and has frustration that people aren't listening to from higher up. Dylan Walker's been hard done by. It's hard because Dylan Walker hasn't been set the world on fire this season. He's had a couple of good games here and there, but definitely deserves that 1-year deal, especially if someone like Junior's going to get it to get his milestone as well.
I think that's the point you're making. We can't be releasing these players if we can't fucking sign anyone. That's the biggest issue. Like, you can release all you want and rebuild your squad, but we're going to end up like we did in the 11, 12, 13 seasons. Look at the fucking has-beens we had to sign, not even respectfully, but some of the players we signed in that second wooden spoon year, would struggle to make New South Wales Cup at other teams, but we gave them a chance to come play. That's what we're going to end up with again. Because there's no one else out there. There's no one good available for next year because, like I said before, we had 8 months to sign these players and we haven't been able to do it. Anyway, let's move on. Let's quickly talk about Buster Highmarsh. I said this on the podcast the other day that I was obviously asked to make comments about this when this story came out. But Buster Highmarsh has now turned around and made his New South Wales Cup debut. Now, when he trialled for the Parramatta SG ball team, he was a 5'8". Obviously, he's turned into a second row like his old man now. Fuck off, Lincoln.
I actually miss him. I miss Dill so much. Like it actually getting to make me sad. I miss him so much.
Yeah, I know. He's really happy to in Newcastle, which makes it even worse. I know it was a bit sad talking about how happy he was. It kind of almost made me support Newcastle, not really. But Buster Highmarsh, like I said, I was asked to make comments about this kid last year. I've got that in writing as well, in case you want to know. And I've turned around and he's now made a New South Wales Cup debut. Now let's look at this. The kids that were apparently ahead of him in Parramatta, who have made New South Wales Cup debuts: Lorenzo Talatina, 5'8", trials of 5'8". Second rower was Josiah, who's made his debut, and Ryder Talangi. So 3 players now forward with Lincoln Fletcher have made their New South Wales Cup debut since him. He was obviously shown the door by the club. Is there more to play here? Is this more politics at Parramatta, Troy? I know how much you'd love to see another Highmarsh running around for the Eels.
Oh, I would have in that number 11 jersey, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's sad to see him at Penrith, but you know, I guess he wasn't in the plans. But now look at him. I mean, I don't know how he went on the weekend, but
doesn't matter. He played New South Wales Cup at 18, just turned 18.
Yeah, true. Maybe they were worried about the Highmarsh name going around again at Parramatta, all the pressure and stuff like that. Maybe.
Well, I know that Nathan Highmarsh isn't very popular around the admin at Parramatta, and I've been told stories about which I won't repeat, but there's definitely some bad blood there with the club, and he doesn't seem to be the only one. So I guess that could have had an influence on it. Let's just see what happens in that situation. Final one before we get on to next week's games. Fucking, we're going forever. I'll let Joel go as well. Joel's meant to come on for the news, but apparently he also made an inquiry about Xavier.
An hour.
Yeah, it's an hour worth of fucking news. Xavier Wilson for the 2028 season. Obviously, 205 centimetres, a fucking big, large unit up there at Brisbane. I don't think Penrith let him go. I don't know why we've inquired about this. I think we're just trying to sign whatever we can. Your thoughts on that one, Jack? Brisbane, sorry. Fuck.
Yeah. I think Broncos are going to go, holy shit, this guy is big, strong, and mobile, like one Payne Haas. Let's give him Payne Haas money so he doesn't also leave. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah. Yep. Would you have him, Hayden?
I think this guy's overrated. So, no, I wouldn't. I think there is some really bad errors in his game. I think there's missed tackles. I think there's a lot.
He'll fit in well.
He'd fit in well, actually. He'd fit in very well. But no, I wouldn't. Look, he has some good games, pops up, young kid. Wish him all the best, but I don't think I want him at Parramatta. I don't think he'd suit.
Can't sign now, 1.2 million.
We don't need a lock. We've got Jack de Belin for next year anyway, and then we'll have Jack de Belin's grandchildren for 2029.
All right, we won't talk too much about that one. We'll get into the next game. Joel, mate, if you want to go, you're right to go. I'll try and wrap this up.
Thank you, boys.
He's going.
Always a pleasure, mate.
He's got Channel 9 commitments, so we'll let him go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joel. What are you saying? What are you got to say? He's gone now.
That's
He's
good.
done us. He's done us dirty.
That's good.
We should just leave it like that the whole time. It's just him sitting there like that. Let's
Oh,
just do
nah, he moved.
It's like-
Nah, he's gone.
It was a Saturday night game, Allianz Stadium. Eels versus Roosters. Team list for this game, everything pretty much the same as we lined up the other day, except Mitch Moses comes in for Jonah Peasant. Bench of Dylan off to Lee, Jonos Walker, Tony off to Manly, Mateo, Tencum Brown, Harrison Edwards, Joash, Papali'i, Charlie Geimer, Saxon Prite, Riley should be playing first grade Smith, and Jonah off to Broncos Peasant. That's our extended bench. I don't think Mitch plays. I think there's no way we're stupid enough to back up Mitch. I think Mitch will want to play. I think he would have been reading these messages and the shit that talk has been happened by Parramatta. I didn't even talk about it tonight because I'm not going to give us the time. We'll talk about it after Origin and next week because I'm sure we'll be talking about it then as well. But I think he'll want to play. I just don't think he will. Saturday night's game, Jack. What do we got to do to beat the Roosters? I have several players backing up from Origin or not backing up. We'll see how it goes. Thoughts?
Yeah, well, my game plan is that Roosters rest all of their Origin players, tell them to have a week off because it's only Parramatta. And then we do that Parramatta thing where we randomly beat a really good side and give us hope again. I'm picturing kind of like this time last year when we versed them and we scored a bunch of sick tries and all that. So if they want to also bring in Junior Tupou to play instead of Mark, I'm okay with that too. Sam Roney might get a double. But it's going to be a fucking trek. I think Roosters will come out firing. We have a bad habit of shitting the bed after we have a good win. But look, I'm happy to be proven wrong. So I think I'm going to say we're going to win. But I got that voice in the back of my head saying 50. And it's not.
We're going to win by 50. Got it.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
Hayden. Oh, shit, we didn't talk about Origin. That's how much we're supposed. Who cares about Origin? We'll talk about the review. Hayden?
Well, if he backs up, we've got to be very careful of Sam Walker. I mean, coming off this Origin deciding win and a Wally Lewis medal, he could be really up for this game.
Hayden won't be able to watch the game because he gets jumped by Jack after he keeps dribbling. Shit.
Yeah.
That's all. I'll keep it short and sweet. There you go.
Yep. Cool. What do you think Queensland are going to win by, Hayden?
30 to 14.
It doesn't matter what. I got him again. That's 3 times.
I don't think you got me. Let's see a bunker recap on that one. I think I just got in there.
I'm the bunker.
Anyway. Troy, mate, Saturday night, Eels versus Roosters. What are you thinking?
We win. No, we're just going to turn up the same way we turned up on Sunday. Instead of day, it's night time, and we'll be tough. Daniel Tupou's 300th game, and apparently their old boys are going to be there. So let's fly down road.
Daniel Tupou.
Eh?
Parramatta Eels Junior Daniel Tupou, you mean?
Yeah. 300 games. That's he would have been the second player to play 300 games at Parramatta if he went there. But let's just fly.
He would have signed for someone else.
Let's just fly down Ray Price and give a big motivational speech and get these boys up, and just got to do the same as last week. Simple. Yeah. Score more points. Done.
We're going to win. Yep. All right, let's get to our bold predictions. Let's bring Jez in straight away as well. He's been hiding in the background there. He's had fun in the comments tonight. He's had a lot of work to do, so sound effects as well. Score, first try, bold prediction. Hayden, we'll let you go first.
Well, I learned a lesson tipping against us last week, but I'm gonna do it again. But I think we'll keep this game. Week, by the way, so you didn't. I think we'll. Well, I picked Manly by 32. Unfortunately, look, I think we're going to be up for this game.
Is that on your channel? Sorry.
I think it's going to be a really tight game. Unfortunately, I think we're going to come away with a loss, like a lot of the comments there. I'd love to see a win. I think I'll be at this game, but I'll go the Roosters by 6. We're going to keep it really close. 22-16 is my scoreline. I think the Roosters score first with Spencer Leniu. I actually didn't know Spencer Leniu was a done deal, in quotation marks. So earlier I said that Spencer Leniu will score as sort of a fuck you to Parramatta, but now it's a, hey guys, see you soon.
We never said it was a done deal. We said we think it was a handshake, and the club's probably considering if they're going to do the 1 year thing.
Right, there we go. That's why I did put in quotation marks so that they didn't clip. And as for my bold prediction, I'm going to say that our Mr. 1 year deal gets his first Parramatta try. Jack de Belin to score his first Parramatta try this weekend.
I'll tell you what, I hope Queensland are as slow out the blocks as you were delivering that, because New South Wales will trounce him in the first 15. That's how long it took you to actually get that out. I did fail to mention as well, Sean Russell, he got Australian round 23 back. Obviously did that
I think
last
Jason
week.
Saab did that, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, I think when he smashed him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good cut.
He smashed him. Adam, before we go any further, my comment was aimed at the people that are watching your stream and like to catch you out on your comments, because every time you say something, you go, now this, and you do a big disclaimer before it. So to those guys that are still watching, go to bed. You have a real job. Go the fuck to bed. Anyway, moving on.
Why would you want them to go to bed, Jez? You're a Newcastle fan.
For now, they have a real job. Sorry, in my opinion. All right, Jack, what do you got?
I feel like you need to say, Jack, before you even go into your predictions, in your opinion. Can you just start with that?
Yeah.
No. Anyway, moving on. I refuse to say on any online platform that I think Parramatta will lose. So we're going to win. In my world, every Roosters player that plays Origin tomorrow night gets fucking battered and doesn't play. And Sam Walker doesn't get touched, but he's so sad because he lost by fucking 60 that he goes into hiding for a month. So let's go Parramatta 32-14, because why not? First try scorer, we're going to go Sam Rani. And bold prediction, you know what? Everyone in our spine's going to score 1, 6, 7, and 9.
What about the 13? 13's part of the
No.
Monday.
I've got the 13, Jack, so just take it.
Yeah, Hayden and I are just bouncing off each other. So all good.
All right. And who is that 1, 6, 7, and 9, by the way? Who's your 7?
I don't want to say a name. I'm just going to say a number, because that way, if 7 scores, I'm right.
Smart. Troy?
28-20, Parramatta to win. I'm going to say Isaiah Iongi first try. My bold prediction is, two things. Kelma not to make any mistakes, not to drop the ball or miss tackles, and
Fuck.
scored 2 tries. There you go.
So no Kelma errors and 2 tries.
Yep.
And no
Yep,
missed
I've got
tackles.
faith. I've got faith in Kelma.
That would be an error.
Yeah. So no errors. No errors.
So he scores
I
2
really
tries in the
actually
first 2
went and
minutes and then
counted.
goes off and rests.
I went and counted Kelmer's missed tackles for the year. He's currently at 49 with 11 errors.
In your
Well, it'll be
opinion.
49 and 11 errors after this weekend.
And 2 more tries.
I'd like to hear that. I'd like to see that.
Oh, fuck, that is bold. That's worth 1,000 points. That's definitely worth 1,000 points. All right, so my prediction, full-time score. I don't think I can tip us again. I don't think the Roosters will back up their players, so we'll. Parramatta 26-22. Roosters not to back up their players for that scoreline. First try scorer, I'm going to go Nanva. And my bold prediction is for both Parramatta centres and wingers to score tries.
Sound like you had glass in your throat trying to get that one out.
Because I was going to tip against us, just knowing that.
But you
I
realised you're not a bitch and you're going to back Parra no matter what, because why not?
I backed him on the weekend, but I just didn't think we'd win. So, yeah.
Fuck it. Blind optimism all the time is the only way to go.
I can't tip New
Reverse
South Wales.
psychology.
I can't tip New South Wales tomorrow night. Though.
Yeah, but Adam, the more you talk, the more I'm starting to dislike you. With
That's
all
right.
due respect.
That's right. I've always disliked you.
He
You're
has
only on
one podcast on a Tuesday. Look at him go.
Yeah, I know.
Never have a week off again, Adam. He's coming for you.
He's coming for me. He'll be hosting this podcast soon. Jez, what's your
We should
prediction,
switch
mate?
positions. I want to be an Adam spot with Mitch Moses and big biceps.
16-12 Roosters. First try scorer, I'm going to go Walker.
Walker's
Which
on.
one?
Sammy boy. He's going to
He's on the reserves. That's a risky take. You're taking it, Jez?
Shh. Hey,
Yeah. Well, really, I hope he gets his head taken off tomorrow night, but we'll see how it goes.
After he wins the Wally Lewis medal.
Bold prediction, Moses to back up, even though the club and everyone else doesn't want him to. Because he is that type of person.
Oh, fuck, I've done my camera again. So, all right, let's draw out our winner for the kicking competition. There's a few people entered. So,
Megan, I've written her name down because she killed us with that comment, so she's in there.
Yeah,
She's
thank you
in
very
there.
much for your support. I really appreciate that.
I'll draw another one anyway, because I'm a fair kind of person. And Troy's been disqualified from the competition as well. So we're still going to let him kick. We're all still going to kick, by the way.
I can kick for someone if they want me to. I'm
Don't
happy
do
to do
fucking that, guys. Please.
I
do
don't
not
think
do
anyone wants Troy kicking for him.
that. All right, so it's number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Rob's comment.
Crazy. It's the 7th of the 7th. The number was 7th. There you go.
Taking out Megan because she's obviously already entered into it. It is Jonathan John.
Oh, good man.
I saw that bloke on TV.
So Jonathan, message page, mate. You're going to have a chance to kick your way to Vegas or get someone to kick Vegas family or ex-NRL, current NRL player. So,
Why is Andy
Hello,
only
Andy.
saying today to Hayden and Adam?
Yeah, he's brushed me.
Might be because we tipped Queensland. Andy might be smart.
He's
I
here,
don't think-
John.
I don't think. Actually, no, I'm not.
is he going to
If
kick?
it wasn't my son's birthday, I would, but I will not be there.
Yeah, organise your own kicker, Megan.
Sorry.
Unfortunately.
I'd guarantee a Vegas trip there too.
Megan, I'll kick for you. I can kick. Jez, I can kick.
Yeah, from the sideline too, hey?
Yeah, well, they're all going to be picked from where I can kick from. So I will kick. And obviously, there's some terms and conditions, and I made those terms and conditions as well. So, Megan, I'll be picking me because you never know what could happen. So it could be anyone with, a ginger beard gets a third chance or something like that. So the rules can change. Not really. I'm joking, guys. It's not going to happen. Any questions? Quickly get them in. G'day, Andy. Andy's here.
G'day, Andy.
Andy, do you not like Troy anymore? What are you got against Troy?
He said hello to Troy. He just doesn't like me.
G'day.
What about Jack? What are you got against Jack?
Yes.
No, he
Longy,
said-
right? Great. I'm kicking for
yeah.
Megan. That's a lot of pressure. Okay, Megan, I'll kick for you. But if I kick for you and I get it, that's 3 Hungry Jacks for a year for me. I think that's a fair deal.
For the podcast, I reckon.
Yeah, that's also true. I've never missed from in front at King Edward Park. Thank you very much. I missed from the sideline. Jez watched me butcher 2 from the sideline last year. No, I hit the post and one, didn't I? I butchered the first one and hit one from the post at Maryland, but I'm usually pretty accurate with my kick. So
I think one of them landed on the 10-meter line, but
oh no, I shanked it. I hit the tee more than I hit the fucking ball. But
Have you got that video loaded up, ready to go from the charity game, from the sideline?
I don't need to, mate. I've done that on several occasions.
Yeah.
So I would love to go on the draw for Vegas. Well, first of all, I don't know where that is, but Vegas, if you turn around, all you have to do is enter that draw, Andy, in the competition, or get in the podcast, share the podcast another night, or just make us laugh. So where is the kick happening, Adam? I'm working with a couple of clubs currently, so hoping to be at Wentworth Field most likely. I haven't got grand finals that weekend, so if anyone's involved with a club in the Parramatta district, reach out to us. We'll obviously do some promotion from stuff there as well. We're going to talk about Teencum, a true future Eel star. We need to give him minutes to have him ready for game time, ready for 2027. Yeah, I think it's coming. He got more minutes on the weekend, so him and Tuivasa obviously our future. Hopefully we can sign Tuivasa long term, and hopefully that doesn't become an issue or a drawn out thing. So
I heard it was Tuivasa.
I don't fucking know. Whatever we want to call it, all right? I can't talk to him. He was one of the ones that was told to block me, so he can't talk to me. So news on Matto head knock. He's gone, but what's to go? I don't know if there's a head knock. I don't know what's going on, but let's just say that Ryan Madison is not part of the plans for Parramatta. Hasn't been for a long time. That's pretty much it. There's not much else I really got time for. It's been a long podcast. It's been good to be back. Good to say whatever the fuck we want. This is how the podcast is going to be from now on. We do what we want when we want and say what we want. So how good's that? We don't need to pump ourselves up. So why didn't Walker sign a 3-year deal? Walker wasn't offered anything from Parramatta, by the way.
He did sign a 3-year deal, just not with us.
He didn't have a pen.
He wanted a blue pen. We only had black.
I was going to say, just scroll back like half an hour. There's a whole spiel on it.
Yeah, we spoke about for a while, Blue Fist Butt.
Yeah, we just want to go back to Joel front and center, just
Yeah. All right.
pouring his heart out.
I'm going to crop that up. So good night, and we will. Who won the share thing?
Jonathan.
Again, just scroll back about 5 minutes.
Jonathan did, and he'd have to be here to claim it. So I'm sure Jonathan will watch it back. So good night, and we will see you next Tuesday.